So question 3, find the volume of the composite solids. Once again, think about our strategies we have. Make sure you understand the process behind this. Hopefully what you can see is that we got to split this up into two different shapes. We've got a hemisphere here and hemisphere here, and then a cylinder here. So once again, this shape is just half of a sphere. So we can take our formula for sphere that we just learned in the last problem to find this volume, and we can divide it by 2 because it's only half of it. So let's take our two equations. So our volume of our sphere is going to be 4/3 pi r cubed. Then, like I said, we got to divide it by 2 because it's only half of it. And then our volume for a cylinder is going to be the area of the base times the height. So let's work on the sphere first. Let's plug in our information and let's solve for that. So we've got 4/3 times pi times 6 cubed. Remember, my diameter is 12, so then my radius is only going to be half of that, which would be 6. And we'll divide our final answer by 2 once we find it. So let's do 4/3, do order of operations, and get that 6 cubed is 216. All right, let's plug it into our calculator, get the volume. And so for this whole volume of the half sphere, 452.16 inches cubed. All right, now let's look at the volume of the cylinder. We want area of the base. Well, my base here is a circle with, remember, radius of 6. So I can set up my equation pi times 6 squared, and then times the height of the cylinder, which is 13 inches. So times 13. Plugging my information in, 3.14 times 36 times 13. Take a calculator, plug that in, and you get an answer of 1,469.52 inches cubed for my volume of my cylinder. And once we have these two answers, think about what we have to do. We're going to want to add these two things together. So let's figure out what that answer is. So just type in 452.16 plus 1,469.52. For a grand total of my volume being 1,921.68 inches squared. Letter B is very similar. Go ahead, pause the video, see if you can do that one on your own. You're going to do pretty much the same formulas. We got the volume of the sphere, and it's just a hemisphere here. And then we've got the volume of a cylinder, but this shape isn't a cylinder. So think about what's that shape and how this formula differs slightly. All right, so hopefully you have the problem done. Once again, our two formulas, the volume of the sphere is 4/3 pi r, my radius is 39, cubed. And since it's just a hemisphere, you're going to divide by 2. 4/3 times 3.14. When you cube 39, you get 59,319. When you put all that in your calculator, you get 124,174.44 feet cubed. Then we want to do the volume of the cone. Remember, volume of the cone is area of the base times height divided by 3. My base is a circle, so that'll be pi r squared times height divided by 3. 3.14 times 39 squared times 81. Sorry, that's a little hard to see. And then 39 squared is 1,521. Plug all that in your calculator and you get 128,950.38 feet cubed. Once again, once we have the two volumes, the volume of the hemisphere here and the volume of the cone, you want to add those two numbers together, and that will give you your final answer of 253,124.82 feet cubed. My final answer here. I do want to say there was one mistake over here. If you caught it, very nice. This should be inches cubed since it is volume, not inches squared. So nice job to you if you got that. All right, go ahead, do the problems on the back. I have posted an answer key on Schoology, so you can check it out to see how you did, work with your group. And if you still have time after you're done with that, go ahead and work on those quiz corrections because the quiz is due by midnight tonight.